And hello everybody, welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha and this is today's Bitcoin and FTM analysis video. I first want to start off by thanking each and every one of you for actually, taking the time to comment, well, in the comment section, not just on my videos, but on Sean's videos as well. It means a lot to us and a lot of your comments are very, very encouraging and it puts a smile on both our faces. So thank you very much for actually taking the time to do that. And also, turns out general consensus, at least from the comment section, was that you guys are liking the altcoin coverage, so I will be moving forward with the altcoin coverage from now on. Okay, so at the end of every Bitcoin update, I will always make sure to include an altcoin in there. I do believe that the market right now is presenting everyone with a lot of great trade opportunities, and I don't want you guys missing out on that. So I will always try and find altcoins that have the opportunity on the chart in that present time. Okay, so that's why I've picked FTM today, because I do believe that it has a pretty decent trade setup. So yeah, we're going to start off with Bitcoin. I think we're heading into a very interesting end of the month. We only have around 3 days left in the month of Jan. Man, that went by really fast. But I think Bitcoin is actually giving us a very interesting picture right here. Okay, so I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that we're talking about today. So here's today's agenda. So today we're going to be talking about the big picture. Okay, so I'm going to be dissecting the macro timeframes. Ted Sheets from the Mango Seed program posted something very interesting today that I wanted to bring up to your attention. I think it's very important that we have our eyes on the macro picture at all times, especially given that we're heading into the end of the month. Okay, so now I'll be going over that, the big picture, the macro timeframes, specifically the monthly timeframe. In addition to that, guys, we're going to be going over the lower timeframe slowing momentum that I'm seeing on the oscillators, and that is abundantly clear on the Mango dashboard. I think we're getting a very interesting sort of synchronization between all timeframes in terms of slowing momentum. In addition to what conditions am I going to be looking for price to fulfill before I look for trend continuation? Okay, so right now we're currently in an uptrend on the lower time frame. So I have conditions that I'm going to look for in order for me to anticipate the next move up. Alrighty, and then right after that, we're going to be wrapping up today's video with the FTM USDT analysis. So yeah, sit back, enjoy, and also it goes without saying that like button goes a very long way. So if you guys have been enjoying the content that Sean and I have been posting, you can let us know by smashing that like button. Alrighty, so with this, let's get started. Alright, so here we are, Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Now making an administrative call with the order of today's agenda. We're first going to start off with the lower time frame slowing momentum, and then we're going to move on over to that big picture macro resistance, because I do believe that they tie into each other very well, and we're able to, well, extrapolate a nice story from just these 2 points. Okay, what this is signaling right now is caution. Okay, if I'm being very honest with you, this is signaling caution, which is very interesting considering the current daily technical backdrop that we're seeing right here, right? We've been looking at this $22,944 region as that region of resistance that we wanted Bitcoin to clear to then anticipate continuation to the upside. And while question is, has it cleared that region of resistance? Yes, it has. In fact, over the past 4 days, we've been using it as underneath support. Right, just look at that. It's very clean closes over $22,944. Now, with this, every time I see things like this on the chart, when I see price clear out that region of resistance, hold it as support, this picture's telling me that, hey, you know what, the bulls are still very much in control. If I had to really lean on a probability, who wins here? Is it the bulls or the bears? I'm saying the bulls win here, and chances are they take this up further. However, now over the past 24 hours, I have made a very interesting observation, and that observation has been primarily on the momentum oscillators. Okay, now the first alert to this dying momentum came to me using the Mango dashboard. So check this out, guys. If I take you guys on over to the dashboard, okay, this, by the way, can be found on app.mangoresearch.co. For those of you who do not have premium accounts on here, there is a 7-day free trial that you guys can take advantage of. Okay, so you can go and sign up if you'd like. Now, I'm currently on the daily time frame. Let's actually start off with the 4-hour time frame. Now, what I'm seeing here is a synchronization of caution. Okay, which is, like I said, which is very interesting given the current backdrop. Now, what we're seeing here on Bitcoin USDT, Okay, the trend, guys, is still bullish on the 4-hour time frame. Came in 19 hours ago, you're slightly up on your trade. However, notice the flags that just went off here. Once again, we have potential bearish divergence telling us that, okay, that bullish momentum is dying down slowly. How about the 12-hour time frame? What's happening on the 12-hour? What do you know? Okay, this trend is also long, came in 23 days ago. Great, you're up on your trade by 36%. However, what is the flag that just went off once again here? Potential bearish divergence. What about the daily time frame? Once again, daily too is bullish, and we can see that, right? We're currently living over that region of resistance. How about the reversal, which came to us 18 days ago? If you caught that trade, you're up 33%. However, notice the flags and notice the synchronization across time frames. We're seeing a dying out of momentum across time frames right now. Okay, so once again, this too is bearish divergence right here. All right, but now what does this mean? Does this mean Bitcoin dumps today because there is a dying out of momentum? Absolutely not. What this is here to do is to, well, draw your attention to, well, data points that you might be missing, okay? To keep your eyes on the holistic picture. That way you are prepared for any adverse moves on the chart. So now what this is telling is that, all right, momentum is dying. However, now it is up to us to set conditions around when all of those bearish divergences actually trigger. Now for that, I first want to go ahead and bring up those bearish divergences to your attention, okay? Where they are. Now, for those of you in the Mango Seed program, you guys are all set. You guys should know this already at the back of your hand, how to spot out divergences. You have an entire module that is dedicated to just this. However, for those of you who are not aware of how to really dissect it, I think the first mistake that people usually make in terms of divergence plays is that they're not looking at the right look back period. Your oscillator, now I have the Mango Mother, which is a derivation of the RSI. Now, my Mango Mother is set to a 14 period look back. So I'm only looking back 14 bars. Okay, that is the first rule of thumb. You cannot just look back any amount of candles. You need to look back the right amount of candles. So for me, it's 14. Okay, that's what my oscillator is set to. So now this is my look back period from this candle all the way to this candle here on 25th of Jan. Okay, so now if I look at the look back period and I look at the highs that was established in that sort of phase of the market, let's go ahead and grab an arrow. You can see that the tops are relatively in line, and we have one sort of higher high made on the wick right there. However, if we look at the same look back period on the oscillator, you can see there is a downward slope where we're putting in a series of lower highs on the RSI. Right now, how about the 12-hour time frame? Let's go ahead and look at the look back period on the 12-hour. Now, as far as the 12-hour look back period, let's go ahead and do that, put that in. Okay, we're looking at bars going all the way to this candle right here, which was 20th of Jan. Okay, now you can see once again, as far as price action is concerned, we're seeing that higher high being put in if you're looking at the wicks. However, if we look at the look back period on the oscillators, we're seeing lower highs on the RSI. Right? Now, how about the daily time frame? What's the daily up to? Now, the look back period for the daily, I believe, is going to go towards the other previous sort of local high that we put in right here. Yeah, this is 12, 14 bars look back period. Okay, once again, you're seeing a very, very clear higher high put on price action, and we have lower highs. I'll just adjust this arrow, okay, on the RSI. In fact, we have a triple divergence layer here, right? With 3 lower highs, however, price putting in higher highs on the chart. Now, we have spotted out this divergence play. However, please note that it is potential divergence. So now we have to set in the trigger. At what point does this divergence play across time frames actually trigger? Now, I'm keeping this relatively simple for myself, and I suggest that you guys keep it simple for yourselves too, right? The parameters between this divergence actually triggering to the downside. Now, I'm going to give special sort of heat to the daily divergence, okay? For me to look for continuation on the divergence and this divergence play actually activating, here's what I'll be looking for. I'm going to zoom into this price action. Keeping it simple, what we are looking for is for price to live under, okay, this wick high right here, which came in at around 23,500 on the dot. 23,500. So anything less than 23,500. Please note my words here. Not less than or equal to, no, less than 23,500, and note the operator word and, okay? It's inclusive of. And we need to take out the wick low on this candle. The wick low, guys, came in at around $22,541. If we do that, the bearish divergence on Bitcoin on the daily time frame triggers to the downside. All right, what is the downside target that I am looking for? Well, the downside target, if we're looking at our horizontals, okay, comes in at around 20,859. However, you can see that we have the 21 EMA sweeping in right up there. Have we had a single test of the 21 EMA yet since we started the trend here at 16.6K? And no, if we come down there, that's going to be the first test. Let's also go ahead and see what the dynamic is coming in at. And what do you know? Okay, so the dynamic is coming in much higher at around 21.7K. Now, of course, as soon as we start getting more developments on this actually triggering, we'll come up with additional downside targets, okay? Because at that point, I think there'll be a relatively decent pattern play that we can extrapolate more from, okay? However, this is the condition I'm looking for price to basically live underneath the highest high here at 23,500 and basically take out, so essentially the wick under or close under the low here, which comes in at around $22,541. But now the question is, what is the probability of price actually breaking down here? Is there anything else alluding to a potential pullback on the chart? And this is where the higher time frames really come to play. And this is also why Sean and I put a lot of emphasis on multi-time frame analysis. Because if you guys want a good, strong foundation of TA, guys, multi-time frame analysis is going to be one of those cornerstone pieces that you're going to have to rely on. Okay, that's going to give you that holistic view. That's what's going to make you stronger than most other participants in the market, if you're able to put the entire picture together. Now, what we're seeing here is, yes, a dying out of momentum across timeframes in the 4-hour, 12-hour, daily, okay? And in addition to that, we're heading into the end of the month in 3 days. And if I take you guys on over to the monthly time frame and turn on our Mango ribbon indicator, I'm going to switch off my lines right here. You'll notice that we are currently up against the monthly 10 simple moving average as well as the monthly 55 exponential moving average. Now, if I had to choose between these two moving averages to which one is the most important one, that's going to be the 10 simple moving average. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Ted Sheets for actually bringing this resistance up to everyone's attention in the Mango C chat. While we have been looking at this previously, it's very, very easy to forget about these very important trend indicators, these very important cyclical indicators, because it's only once or twice in a cycle that we actually see these things trigger either to the upside or to the downside. Now, just to show you guys how important the 10 simple moving average was check this out. Okay, now this was one of the indicators that we were looking at to really help us understand, are we being propelled into, well, the next bear market? Now, this was during that 60K phase, right, that we were keeping an eye out on the 10 simple moving average on the monthly time frame. And what we were looking for to really get that little hint on an upcoming bear market was for price to close underneath the 10 simple moving average. And check this out right here. On the month of December 2021, price actually closed underneath the 10 simple. Now, we closed at around 46.2K. Now, back then, that did not seem like a very, very good sell considering the top was around 60K. But you know what? Now, if you give people a chance to sell their bags at 46.2K only to find that price went all the way down to 16 or 15.8K, yeah, they would have sold that in a heartbeat. Right? So it's all relative to, it's basically all about benchmarking, even when it comes to price action. But this was the first tell in that, all right, we're getting into that bear market phase. Now, if I'm being honest, I did some back testing on the 10 simple moving average, and you'll notice that usually when price actually gets up there getting out of a bear market, we actually manage to take out the 10 SMA in one fell swoop, right? We actually close ever so slightly above that region as we did right here, emerging out of the 3K region as we did right here, emerging out of, the COVID dump. But you'll see that prices always come down to dip back below the previous range to give you a better bid opportunity. And what that holds is also a high probability trade setup, because at that point, you know for sure, for certain, that price has taken out resistance on the monthly time frame. Okay, and because of that, I don't know. Now, this candle has not closed. I don't know for certain if we're going to take it out. You know, this time could be different, but we don't take out the 10 SMA, and in fact, we get rejected on here. So I am willing to wait on a close before I start risking more on my trades. Okay, so I'm going to be waiting on that confirmed close over the 10 simple moving average as well as the 55 EMA on Bitcoin before I start loading up. Alrighty, but this is that overhead resistance. So now think of the picture. Now we have dying out momentum. Okay. Plus, we have monthly resistance. Plus, what is the third thing that we've been talking about that Sean has been bringing up in almost all of his videos? That is the FOMC meeting that comes up on Feb 1st. Okay, less than a week from now. Wow, this is such bad handwriting. But yeah, Feb 1st, we have the FOMC meeting that comes out. And if the results of that meeting, guys, do not line up with what's being priced in the market right now, which is a drop in interest rates, right? If that does not line up, if the results of that meeting does not line up with the drop in interest rates, then we can expect the markets to take another pullback. And I'm talking about markets in general, markets across the board. Okay, so right now we have three variables contributing to bearish pressure on Bitcoin's chart. But now the main question is, at what point do all of these bearish pressures get overcome? Now, if you had to ask me, like really, gun to my head, like what are my thoughts on Bitcoin's chart? We've been covering it for years. Honestly, guys, I am still swinging bullish, okay? Long-term bullish, mid-term also bullish. Short-term, maybe we get a pullback, but the pullback, in my opinion, I believe is going to be shallow. Now, for those of you who think that I'm employing my biases on the chart, I have been going over, certain bullish bull market triggers with you guys for the past couple of weeks. I came up with 4 bull market triggers, right, for myself to help me check my biases. And out of the 4, we have one that's already gone off. Apologies for my really nasty handwriting, but one that's already gone off. On Monday, the open on Monday, the way this candle is looking right now, we're about to get the second one also go off. The second one, just to show you guys, I'm just going to clear out my chart, put on my Mango Dynamic, take you guys on over to the weekly time frame. If we get this weekly candle close of the Mango Dynamic, that'll be 2 out of 4 now that's gone off. Okay, the third one was hinged on the monthly Stokes. Okay, let's go ahead, bring up our Stokes. We want to see that cross actually come in between the %K %D, also telling us that the bullish momentum on the monthly time frame is picking up. That was the third trigger. Now, of course, we're going to get a tell on this in 3 days. Right, so we're very, very close. So now, so far, we have 1 out of 4. On the weekly, if we close over the weekly dynamic right there, we'll have 2 out of 4. Right? If the monthly Stokes cross, wherein we have %K over %D, which it is currently hovering over right now, right? If we get a confirmation on that cross right here, that is going to be the third trigger. So now suddenly we're sitting with 3 out of 4 bull run triggers. Right, so and that's why I'm looking at this price action. I'm looking at that dying out momentum on the chart. Yes, while that is something to be cautious about, I'm not expecting a very, very heavy, let's continue the downtrend pullback. I could be wrong, but of course we'll be waiting on additional price action. But as soon as my triggers go off, as soon as I at least get 3 out of 4 triggers, I'm like, that's a decent enough tell that this run wants to continue to the upside. So now as far as, immediate price action is concerned, as far as immediate continuation on Bitcoin's chart is concerned, we're going to keep that relatively simple. Let's get back on over to the daily time frame. So essentially, here's what I'm looking for continuation from Bitcoin. For this trend to continue to the upside, okay, I want to see 2 things. I want to see price take out this wick high right here. Okay, we would have then, by the way, we would have then negated the bearish divergence on the daily time frame if we take out the wick high. The wick high, guys, once again comes in at around $23,500. And I want us to take out that wick high, and I also want to see us continue living over. I want to see daily candles close over $22,944. If we can accomplish these 2 things, I'm saying the bulls have control and Bitcoin likely continues further. Where to from there? I mean, you guys already know my targets from the previous video. Same targets once again, 25,000 overhead first stop, and also 25,572, which, by the way, is the measured move of this bull flag pattern. For those of you who do not see the bull flag pattern, this is what I am looking at. Okay, that's going to be $25,572 as that next target overhead. Also, just to give you guys a quick update on how we're doing against the 4-hour dynamic, for those of you who've been watching my videos and keeping up with it, 4-hour dynamic, let's go ahead and look at it. Yeah, okay, cool. We're still holding the dynamic. We got a bit of a chop here where we closed over, but we failed to get the confirmation. Remember, confirmation is 2 candle closes underneath the Mango dynamic. We failed to get that. So far, we're sort of hovering. We're showing a bit of weakness along the dynamic, however, not lost just yet. And that is the most important point. It's only 2 confirmed closes underneath the Mango dynamic that will lose that uptrend signature that we have been, we've established since 16.6K. Right? So we'll be waiting on that. And once again, notice the line up there, right? Losing the dynamic also means we basically break that region of support that I'm looking at, right? The same one that I want us to hold on the daily time frame if we are looking for continuation to the upside, $22,944. It's all lining up, guys, all lining up. Matter of time, we're going to get the tell on Bitcoin's immediate price action very, very soon. So eyes on the prize here, eyes on the charts. Alrighty, so this is all I have for you for Bitcoin. With this, we can now move on over to FTM. Perfect, here we are at FTM on the weekly time frame. I think this chart looks absolutely spectacular, even after we've done a good 131% on this trade. I still think this has a bit more juice left. on the chart and the juice that I'm looking for, not a bit more juice, I'm looking for a good 2x on the range that I am looking at right now, which goes in from 39 cents all the way up to 79 cents. Now, of course, we'll be talking about the bid opportunity, what I'm seeing on the chart, and why I am leaning bullish. Now, for those of you who've asked me, Krisha, where are you trading these altcoins? Because I know many of you guys are still sort of, well, you guys are still staying away from exchanges after the whole FTX debacle. So I'll be completely candid with you. I particularly am using the BitGet exchange for many of the altcoin trades, especially the high and mid M caps. And for the low M caps, I am using Uniswap. Don't ask me about the fees. It still kills. But yeah, for the other main players, I am using BitGet. I really like the interface. So if you guys are looking to try new exchanges, that's one I would suggest. You'll find a link to the exchange in the description below. If you use that link, you can get some $8,000 in deposit bonuses as well as discounts on your trading fees. All right, so you can go and give that one a test drive. Now, as far as FTM is concerned, yeah, I'm looking at a good 2x on this trade. But what is really tilting me bullisher in this region, in spite of us not really getting a confirmed close over our critical region of resistance at 39 cents, is this. If I just zoom out of this picture and draw in a line right here, I'm going to mark out a zone on the weekly time frame, and you can see that price has actually done really well respecting this zone. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, do that, and then I'll draw in a red box territory right here. Okay. Now you can see that price has done extremely well on the zone, even during the markup phase of that previous 2021 bull market. What I'm seeing here is a signature, particularly on the 3-day time frame. Now, if I take you guys on over to my 3-day time frame, okay, I'm going to zoom out of this picture once again. I'm going to zoom into this price action. I essentially want to draw in the significance of this region and how well it's gotten you into some amazing trades, okay? So if I just zoom in to this price action right here, I want you to notice this. Every time price has closed over the red box territory, it's rallied to the next target to the upside. The target that we are looking at comes in at 79 cents. Now notice here, okay, this was the first close over 46 cents, which is the top of our red box territory. Close over, rallied to the upside all the way up to 79 cents. Now from 46 to 79, what is that move? That's still a good 72% on that trade. Okay, now we got a bit of a chop here where we closed into the red box territory, consolidated. However, now this for the second time when we broke back out of the red box, rallied to the upside once again at 79. Okay, lost the red box right here, rallied to the downside all the way down to 19 cents as support. Once again, we took out 46 right here, rallied to the upside. In fact, this trend now saw continuation, taking FTM to its highs at around $3.30. Right? Now, once again, if I zoom out of this picture, let's go ahead and see what price is doing relative to the red box territory. Do we have a close over the red box that could say that, hey, you know what, perhaps we're heading up to the top of the range once again at around 79 cents? Well, for that, let's go ahead and sort of dissect this price action right here. Now, note how the last time we were living over the red box territory was only back here in May of 2022. All right, every attempt at taking it out after that, so we tried taking out the red box right here, that was a fail. How about here? That too was met with rejection. Now, what are we doing against the red box right now? All right, let me zoom into this price action. We have finally a close over the red box territory. Okay, now we're currently using it as support underneath us. Now the main question is, can we actually see a better bid opportunity on FTM's chart? Because hey, you know what? We have still done a 131% on this move. In fact, I'm sure if I take you guys on over to the dashboard, I'm on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, the volatility is a bit moderate, telling us, hey, the bulls could pick this up from here too. But if I take you guys on over to the daily time frame, notice volatility is super frothy at 94. Right? In fact, 12-hour, if I show you 12-hour, 12-hour is also frothy at 83. We also have a potential bearish divergence. So with this picture now, let's get on over to the chart to see if we could have a better bid opportunity. Now, for me to figure out whether I could see a better bid opportunity on any chart, I first want to establish where is the trend being set at. And okay, so the trend currently is being established on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go ahead and switch on our Mango Dynamic indicator. And if I zoom out, okay, I want you to notice price against the Mango Dynamic ever since the trend on FTM got established once again. It's been trending on the dynamic. That has been an excellent signature on your lower time frames. Okay, it's only when we break the dynamic can we anticipate a further pullback. And this pullback usually lines up with the 4-hour Kijun. If I go ahead and turn on my Ichimoku cloud, you'll see that it usually comes down to the Kijun as it did right here as well. Okay, so now as for the bid opportunities are concerned, I'll be looking for this. I'll be looking for the dynamic to hold right here. Okay, If we lose the dynamic, I can then go ahead and turn on the Ichimoku cloud, okay? And you can see that the Kijun, guys, comes in right here, and where do you know? 39 cents. Alrighty, that is going to be the next. This is bid opportunity 1 and bid opportunity 2. Okay, now gun to my head, based on how the 3-day closed, I am leaning, like I said, bullish on this chart. The 3-day close today, if I take you guys back on over to the 3-day time frame, 3-day close, well, we opened this candle today, so the next 3-day, guys, starts on Jan 31st. So what I want to see from this entire setup is for this 3-day candle, okay, which only closes on Jan 31st, to close over 46 cents. We want to see this red box territory hold as support underneath us. So essentially what I'm looking for here in the next 3 days, let's get back on over to the 4-hour time frame, is for price to come down here, wick into the pullback territory, and then close over the red box territory leading into the 3-day close. If we get that, this is going to be a bullish stance. Now, this is something I want you guys to watch out for. If we actually see the bounce on the dynamic indicator, this M-like formation that you might have spotted out on my chart morphs into a channel, okay? It's either a falling channel or a falling wedge, both of which are bullish indicators on a technical standpoint. Okay, so that is something to watch out for, but what we are gunning for here is a price to drop down, give us that good bid opportunity, but close over the red box territory. If we fail to close over the red box territory, our trade setup hinged on the 3-day time frame and weekly time frame gets negated. At what point does FTM's entire picture turn bearish? Well, if we close the monthly, if we close this month underneath 39 cents, I say that this is likely coming down further leading into the month of Feb. Okay, but so what we're looking for in the next 3 days is for price to, of course, close over 39 cents, but even better, for immediate continuation to the upside, we want to see price close over 46 cents. Alrighty, what is the target that we're gunning for? 79 cents. Now, from our bid opportunity all the way up to 79 cents, that's still going to be a good 83% to the upside. So yeah, this is today's FTM analysis for you guys. I'm so sorry for the mess, but if there's anything you did not understand, let me know in the comment section below, or one better, get into the Discord chat and ask away. You'll find a link to the Discord in the description below. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, smash the like button, and I will see you in the next update with this. Trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.